One of you guys asked if NoFap, which is semen retention, which is not busting your nut, not teasing your weasel, not spilling your seed, if it helps with all kinds of anxiety or with one specific type of anxiety. And the answer is stop looking for the magic pill. Stop looking for that one thing that is going to miraculously save you from drowning in this ocean of existence. Because you have to look at things holistically. We've got to stop separating things with our mind. The mind is often described in Eastern traditions as a sharp knife, the intellect. And what does a sharp knife do? It cuts things. I cut a watermelon today, and I cut it into lots of pieces because I had a sharp knife to do the job, to carry on the job. And that's what your intellect does. Your intellect, your mind, it cuts things. It doesn't look at reality holistically. A knife's job is not to look at the entire watermelon and say, well, that's a whole melon, a whole watermelon. Its job is to cut that reality up, and in the process you forget that all of these pieces come from one source, which is the watermelon. So in the same way, because we're so accustomed, so programmed to separate things using language, the job of language, just like the job of a knife, is to cut things, is to cut out pieces of reality. And the job of the mind, the intellect, which we're so obsessed with worldwide, especially in the West, but worldwide, make no mistake about it. We're so obsessed, programmed, brainwashed to constantly separate and label things. And as a result of this faulty programming, we have a tendency, a very strong tendency, to look for the one magic pill, because we separate everything, thinking that one magic pill is going to save us. Some people get off the diet. They think there is a magic diet that is going to save them. For others, it may be meditation. And for some, it may be the NoFap. However, if you don't combine all these pieces of the puzzle holistically, it is going to do very little for you. If you do NoFap, but you're not meditating, you're not exercising, walking, moving, if you're not reflecting, if you're not being mindful and thoughtful, if you're not reflecting, if you're not doing all these things, then you do NoFap, it may decrease your anxiety by 10%, 20% generously, which is a good improvement. 10 to 20% is a good improvement. But if that's all you do, still you're going to be largely battling anxiety, different varying degrees of it. Just perhaps you have a better grasp on the matter because of a healthy habit that you introduced to your life, which hopefully leads to other good habits. Okay, so the answer is no. And another common question that I get is, will microdosing decrease my anxiety? I get that question a lot. It's a frequently asked question. Should I microdose mushrooms? Should I microdose LSD? Will it help my anxiety? And I never really have a straight answer because I don't know you. I don't know what you're up to. I don't know what your life habits are. I don't know I don't know. I do not know. It may help you a little bit. It may help you a lot. It may actually worsen the problem, as I know for several people, close, people that I know, it worsened the problem for them because they weren't doing everything else that they're supposed to do. So they found themselves in society, but with this different state of mind that they simply couldn't handle, that actually further increased their anxiety. Okay, like if you work a 9 to 5 and you start to microdose, I mean, I have a friend who did that and it backfired big time because he started being more himself and more authentic, and people didn't like that. And then it started causing him anxiety because he's not used to being himself. He's not used to being in this flow, and because when you microdose or when you get in those states of mind, rules kind of go out of the window and you just kind of become spontaneous and flawless and in flow and in harmony with the Tao, which is really just very spontaneous and feminine. And so people didn't like that. It caused him anxiety because he doesn't want to not belong, and then it actually ended up making him more anxious. Now, had my friend been meditating, had he been working something that he actually loves in an environment that is supportive, it would have helped him tremendously. But it didn't. It ended up causing him more anxiety. He stopped. He doesn't do it anymore for good measures. He shouldn't. So let's stop cutting things with our intellect. Let's stop looking at the one magic pill that will save us, and let us begin to see everything in a holistic manner. And I totally get it. I get these questions. I get it. I'm part of the programming as well. Okay, I am a recovering, whatever you want to call it. I am a recovering, I don't want to say victim. A recovering cog, a recovering robot that has figured out that he's been brainwashed with many faulty software, and I'm recovering from it. So I get it. I totally understand where you're coming from. And so that's my answer to you. NoFap may be no more than 10% of the holistic equation. And if you look at the system of Ashtanga Yoga, which is a system to help you, break out of your separate consciousness and more into the oneness, they have one of the tenets, one of the limbs is you abstain. You sexual abstinence. Not releasing your semen, but it's like maybe 5% of the whole system. You know what I mean? It's not, it's like maybe 5% brahmacharya. It's like 5% of the whole system, 10% at the most. And that's the same thing with NoFap. Okay, so hopefully that helps. And I want to thank all the Patreons for supporting this channel. And I love you guys, and I'm very appreciative of your support. And every single one of you coming together is, helping me holistically. I really, really appreciate it. And if you'd like to pledge your support with as little as $2 a month, which is, come on, like $2 a month, come on, get your ass off your couch or off your chair, off your wherever you are. Get your credit card and let's go. $2 a month if you would like to show your support in that way. Otherwise, keep watching. And if you'd like to book a one-on-one consultation, I do those as well, and we just kind of roll with it. There's no specific time limit on it, so the link for the consultations as well as the Patreon is in the description. And if you want to request a video, you can email me. Also, the link for it is in the description. And until next time, may the force be with you.